Did you know that one of the clearest pictures of Jesus Christ in the Old Testament appears long before the Gospels were written? His name is Joseph. The story of Joseph, found in the book of Genesis chapters 37 through 50, is not just a story about a man who rose from slavery to power. It is also one of the most remarkable prophetic patterns in the entire Bible, a life that mirrors Jesus Christ in striking detail. Let's look at some of the incredible parallels between Joseph and Jesus. 1. Both were beloved by their father. Joseph was deeply loved by his father Jacob. Genesis tells us that Jacob loved Joseph more than all his other sons and even gave him a special robe. In the same way, Jesus is the beloved Son of God. At his baptism, God declared, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." Both Joseph and Jesus began their stories as beloved sons. 2. Both were sent by their father to their brothers. Joseph's father sent him to check on the welfare of his brothers who were tending the flocks. But when Joseph arrived, his brothers rejected him. Similarly, God sent Jesus into the world to his own people, yet many rejected him. As the Gospel says, "He came unto his own, and his own received him not." 3. Both were hated without cause. Joseph's brothers hated him intensely, especially after hearing his dreams that foretold his future authority. They rejected him out of jealousy. Jesus was also hated without cause. The religious leaders envied him and plotted to kill him because of his authority and influence. In both cases, jealousy played a major role. 4. Both were betrayed for pieces of silver. Joseph was sold by his brothers for 20 pieces of silver to traders who carried him away into Egypt. Jesus was betrayed by Judas for 30 pieces of silver. Both were betrayed for money by those close to them. 5. Both were stripped of their robes. Joseph's brothers stripped him of his special robe before throwing him into a pit. Before Jesus was crucified, Roman soldiers stripped him of his garments. In both stories, this humiliation occurred before their suffering. 6. Both were falsely accused. Joseph was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife and thrown into prison. Jesus was falsely accused during his trial before the religious leaders and Roman authorities. Neither had committed any wrongdoing. 7. Both were placed with two criminals. While Joseph was in prison, he was placed alongside two prisoners, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. One of them was restored to life and position, while the other was condemned. During the crucifixion, Jesus was also placed between two criminals. One was saved, and the other was lost. The pattern is unmistakable. 8. Both were raised up after suffering. Joseph suffered greatly, but eventually he was lifted from prison and exalted to the highest position in Egypt under Pharaoh. Jesus suffered and was crucified, but 3 days later he rose from the dead and was exalted to the right hand of God. Suffering came first, then exaltation. 9. Both became the savior of the world. Joseph became the one who saved not only Egypt but the surrounding nations during the Great Famine. People came from all over the world to receive bread from him. Jesus is the true savior of the world. He provides the bread of life to all who come to him. 10. Both forgave those who wronged them. Perhaps the most beautiful parallel appears at the end of Joseph's story. When Joseph's brothers finally stood before him in fear, Joseph forgave them. He told them, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." In the same way, Jesus prayed on the cross for those who crucified him. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Both responded to betrayal with forgiveness. Conclusion. The life of Joseph is far more than an ancient story. It is a powerful prophetic shadow of Jesus Christ, written centuries before Jesus was born. From betrayal, to suffering, to forgiveness, to ultimate salvation, Joseph's life points forward to the greater Savior who would come. The Bible is filled with these patterns, reminding us that the story of redemption was planned from the very beginning. And Joseph is one of the clearest pictures of Jesus Christ in all of the Old Testament. If you found these parallels fascinating, take time to read the story of Joseph again, and see how many more connections you can discover. You may be surprised just how clearly the Old Testament points to Jesus.